This is Timeline on Plus1TV.com. I'm Tyler Pollard. We're here at the Newbury Comics location here in Norwood. We're about to see Noah and the Whale perform and in-store here at the brand new location. And then they're going to sit down and talk to us on Timeline right after. I'm here with Doug and Irby of the band Noah and the Whale. They're from London. Today we're going to talk about your timelines individually, and the concept is that I want to know from each of you how music entered your lives, your earliest memory, and then we'll kind of walk on through how you became the player and performer you are today.
We were at school together from the age of 4.
Okay.
And I saw a school that we watched. We were in a really boring school concert, and where all these kids get up and everyone's really basic level, and the parents kind of have to sit through it for 2.5 hours, and it should have been edited, but it wasn't. Then this rock band went on at the end, and there was lots of shuffling and stuff. And before it had just been like a guy with a classical guitar, and everyone's chatting through it, whatever. And these 30, the oldest guys in the school that were 13, they had quite long hair, and they played. It's really embarrassing. They played Dire Straits' "Money for Nothing."
Oh, sure.
And it was loud. It looked really cool, and I was, that was probably the first time I was like, yeah, that's.
And at that point, you guys were like what, 8 or 9?
No, 4.
Oh, you were 4.
No, a bit older. We were probably like 6.
I think it was first.
We were young.
Yeah.
I think for me, our both sides of my family are kind of musical, but my mum used to play us Buddy Holly and stuff.
A lot of the
just to sort of dance to in the living room. That's my earliest memory, I think.
At what point do you remember kind of being like, oh, I can kind of like do something that's personal with this too?
I think, Charlie's the main songwriter in the band, and he says he just almost felt it just felt like the natural progression. You're playing an instrument, you feel like you need to put something out of it, create something.
Right.
Do you know what I mean?
Yourself
it just seems like
invested in it.
Exactly. Yeah. It just becomes an extension of what you're doing with the instrument itself. I don't think you ever make a conscious decision to do it. You just kind of find yourself creating, and then you're like, well, this just seems natural.
Let me ask you about some of your earlier performances. Do you remember the first performance that you did as Noah and the Whale?
First official gig, I think, was in a small pub in London called Betsy Trotwood, and literally we were playing to the sound guy, my mate, and 2 people in the bar. Literally,
but the 2 people in the bar liked it.
But the 2 people in the bar really liked it. It went incredibly
that was the legend.
It's all about serendipity, and if someone's there who likes it, and then the buzz started and the ball just started rolling. Yeah.
I know that there's a big difference between how the States and Europe sees different things, but you're on an American commercial here, in a couple of them actually, and it's kind of shifted where it's not such a bad choice anymore. How do you feel about that aspect of your delivery?
I think there is still that, left field, lo-fi ethos, whereby maybe if you put yourself in an advert, then maybe does it compromise your artistic credentials?
Right.
Does it, deride the song in any way? But I think the truth is that what we're most excited about is opening up our songs to a new audience and having people listen to our record. Yeah. And in the UK, it's not difficult to access people by radio. We've been getting playlisted across the country, and so you don't have to go in adverts because you've got an immediacy that you don't have in America with radio. And so we felt like the best way it seemed like the advice we were given was that the best way to get the same sort of coverage is to go via the TV advertising. The only qualification is that I do think you still have to pick what you're doing. I think it made it slightly easier that it was a hybrid car and that they're moderately, that's
sure. So that played into it a little bit.
Yeah, that did a little bit.
Well, I'm going to wrap it up, gentlemen. This has been Timeline. I'm Tyler Pollard. I've been here with Doug and Irby of the band Noah and the Whale. They're finishing their U.S. tour through November, and then they head home to play England, Scotland, Ireland, and
back here for December.
Back here for a nice cold December.